Hey, so this is the Pet Peeves tag. I was tagged by Lady Midnight, aka Sarah. Hi, Sarah. Thank you for tagging me. I actually, like I said, I've done a Pet Peeves video before in Vita, but these are pretty much some different ones that I haven't talked about because I have so many pet peeves. And first of all, I want to say two that I agree with that Sarah talked about was when people pronounce things different. The one that gets me the most is often. I say often. Often. It's a silent T, but so many people say often, and it's just so freaking irritating. It's just really irritating. Just often? No, that's not how you say it. And then the thing about people not flushing the toilet in a public restroom. My gripe about this is that people are lazy because we live in a world of automatic everything, automatic sinks, automatic flush toilets. They just assume, well, the toilet's going to flush for me. I don't have to push the button, so I'm just going to walk away. Well, you know what? When I leave the stall, I don't want anybody to see my business. Why would you want anybody to see what you did? It's just common courtesy, and it's gross. So people flush the toilet. I agree with those two that she had. So no, it's not weird. It's a common courtesy thing. That you shouldn't have to expect adults to do that. I mean, one thing kids, sometimes they don't know better, or they're not taught well, but for adults, they should know better. So, here are some other things that bother me about people. People saying, I know, right? There's a video that I just did a while ago ranting about that. I will link below. And that is my reasons why I don't like people saying, I know, right? People loading the dishwasher poorly. There is a certain way to load a dishwasher, and maybe I have OCD, but you gotta fit enough dishes in there to get the full load, and people just like scatter it, and they put things that don't belong on the bottom, and they put things just really stupidly in the dishwasher, and it irritates me so much. People turning an argument back onto you when you know that you're valid in your argument against them, but they're like, well, but you do this, and they just have the circular reasoning, and they just turn it back on you, and it just makes you want to just give up with them, because you're like, okay, forget it, I'm not going to get anywhere with you. People assuming that you're a snob just because you're shy or quiet. I've had this one happen to me a lot, and it's not really that somebody comes up to me, but they treat me that way, and the feeling is kind of implied that they think that I'm snobby, or like I think I'm better than everybody just because I'm quiet and keep to myself. And on that same note, people acting like when you want to be alone and go do something on your own or be in your room by yourself, that's like wrong, and that's a real bad antisocial thing. I really like my time alone. I've said this several times in many of my videos, so there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's healthy to want to have some time alone, as long as you're not isolating yourself from people all the time. Demanding people really get on my nerves. I have to deal with demanding people every single day, and that is one thing that is very difficult, and that is where a lot of my anger comes from, that I'm trying to figure out ways to control. Grammar Nazis. There is such thing as having good grammar and spelling correctly, and I strive to do both of those. But when you have somebody who's constantly correcting you or saying you're spelling something wrong or pronouncing something wrong, it just really gets on my nerves, because of the fact that a lot of the times it comes from me being tired, or just spelling error from typing too fast, or writing too fast, and that just really bothers me. And I try really hard not to let this one bother me, and I'm trying to be appreciative of when people correct me and just be like, oh wow, thank you, I appreciate that, you know, because I didn't know. Sometimes I don't know how to spell words. I am not a good speller, but I try. So that's kind of a borderline one. Here's another big one, and I think this one, actually I have two. I'll go with this one first. This one happens more so on TV because I'm not in social situations very much, but on television it bothers me, or movies, when people get together, like, okay, they just meet, and like within either that day, a couple days, or even a week, they're like, oh yeah, he's my boyfriend, or she's my girlfriend. And it's like, wow, it's like the relationship status happens so quickly that it just makes you wonder, like, yeah, okay, when did this happen? Because I think building a relationship with someone to the point where you're going to agree to be an official couple takes a lot more than that. Maybe I don't know, because I'm not a person who's dated a lot, but it just bothers me for some reason when people like, oh yeah, I have a boyfriend now, I just met him like a couple days ago. It's like, what? You know? And then this one I battle with a lot is people expecting you to listen to them, but they don't want to listen to you. I am a natural listener. I've always had people come up to me and just talk and just pour their heart out to me, and I listen, and sometimes I offer advice, and other times I just listen, you know, and agree, or kind of figure out what's going on in their situation and just listen and offer what I can. But I've had a lot of times where when it comes to my turn to talk, it's like I get this feeling like they're not into listening to me at all, or they walk away, or they change the subject back to them. And it just really hurts my feelings a lot. So it makes me feel like giving up talking and just being that quiet, shy person who just listens to everyone, doesn't participate in a conversation. It just really makes me kind of turn back into myself, and I hate that feeling. I don't want to be like that. But that's something that I battle with too, and I just hate that when people are like, blah 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 blah, oh, you're talking? Well, never mind, bye, you know. It's just really makes me mad. So I think that's all I have on my list. Yeah, so I really don't have anybody to tag. I should, but like, I know some of the people who I would like to tag don't do videos, so I'm not going to tag those people. I'm just tagging anybody who wants to do this, because I know that we have a lot of things in common. We have a lot of pet peeves, all of us do, so if they are really bothering you and you just want to get them off your chest and share them with people, go for it and make a video. And thank you again to Sarah for tagging me. And I just want to give her a shout out and tell her that I think she's doing an awesome job with her videos, and I'm proud of you for you know, just trying and being more confident in each one that you make. I can really tell, like I said in your comment that I left, that you are really growing as you're doing this, and that's kind of, you know, how I started out. There's so many times that I just completely deleted my channel and my videos because I hated everyone that I tried to make. And so, and here I am now with like over 100 vlogs and other random weirdness, and yeah, so good work. Bye everybody.